How are you there, guys? Look, it's Philip Osmack here again. I just wanted to discuss spiritual warfare facing God's chosen ones. So this is a very important issue, the issue of spiritual warfare. So those who God chooses to partner with him in his plan of salvation can expect to receive not insignificant attacks from the forces of darkness. So I wanted to discuss this issue. Now, just because we can't see it doesn't mean it is any less real. In fact, it is even more real than what we can perceive with our physical eyes. For as St. Paul says, we are not contending against flesh and blood, but against the principalities, against the powers, against the world rulers of this present darkness, against the spiritual hosts of wickedness in heavenly places. Ephesians 6:12. So as the soul progresses along the spiritual path towards oneness and wholeness, motivated by love's call, it will encounter resistance. It will need to overcome the darkness within itself, since this needs to be dispersed in order for the light to enter in. Be under no illusions, this is not a game. The attacks of the dark forces that we are dealing with manifesting in the soul as fear, depression, anxiety, feelings of lack, hopelessness. These very dark energies and frequencies that have been wreaking havoc in the person's life, keeping him or her entrapped in the false identity, the false self, and so enslaved in the false reality, come straight out of the pits of hell itself. As the light comes in, this will provoke negative resistance in the form of dark energies emanating from the spirit of evil. Through faith in the power and presence of God in one's life, through prayer and fasting and the practice of one's faith, these negative forces in one's life can be beaten. It is through this process the soul awakens and comes to realise that all such thoughts, far from being reflective of one's true identity, were the unconscious beliefs of the false identity that had until that point been holding him or her back from becoming one with their true and highest self, and so reaching their full potential in this life. The soul realises that its potential is only limited by one's own beliefs, and that we, through our connection to infinite creator consciousness, are ourselves ever expanding. The chosen ones will also face attacks from souls possessed by Satan. Now, one does not have to be writhing around uncontrollably to be possessed. The enemy is a very deceptive one. So dark entities hide within narcissists. These entities are parasitic in nature. They feed off of the energy of others who invite them in. They require a human host to survive. They, the dark energies, feed off of the narcissist's own energy, its life force, freely given over to them. This should not come as a surprise, as the spirit of arrogance and rebellion that exists within the narcissist, a hatred of men and God, and rejection of divine authority, is the same one that led to the fall of the angels. It is the sin of pride. I can speak from my own experience as to the darkness I've had to confront in my own life. It requires the mentality of a spiritual warrior to overcome. It is the most important battle anyone can fight, but it is one that is fought by the forces of God's kingdom on heaven and on earth, by God himself on your behalf. Because, you see, the eternal destiny of souls depends on whether your mission succeeds or not. The more important the mission is to the kingdom of heaven, the more important it is to the kingdom of darkness. You may have to contend with very high-ranking principalities within the kingdom of darkness as you begin to threaten their spiritual dominion, their dark rule over souls. Coming back to the issue of narcissists, as mentioned, dark entities hiding within the personality of these individuals, feeding off of their energy, will attack you with an eternal hatred in an attempt to bring you down. You must recognise such attacks for what they are and not allow yourself to be manipulated or provoked by them, and to lose focus on your mission and personal growth journey by giving your own sacred energy away. On the contrary, use the attacks as fuel to feed your growth, to grow in virtue, develop a calm spirit, and become that person you are striving to be. I can speak from my own experience, having suffered narcissistic abuse from multiple individuals throughout my life, including, sadly, from within my own family, my own father and sister for years. Instead of encouraging you to seek the call of God within your own life and strive towards your dreams and reach your full potential, respecting the unique call of God's love to each individual, the narcissist will tell you what you should do with your life. They will project your false self onto you. And they will, far from encouraging you on the path of growth, limit you. They will tell you what you can do and what you cannot do. With a spirit of arrogance, they will mock you and put you down. They will humiliate you, devalue you, disrespect you. It is useless to complain to the narcissist, for when you object to being treated in this way, they will be quick to explain to you that it is actually your fault. You see, you are being too sensitive. Believe me, I know from my own personal experience. So look guys, I hope this has been of benefit to you. The empath, the one who truly loves all without condition, is going to face resistance from the dark forces within him or herself, as well as from those people who, by choosing not to love in the same way, have allowed themselves to be taken over by the spirit of evil. The soul will encounter battle after battle after battle as it progresses along its spiritual journey, following its soul's divine purpose, until it is filled with the light of God, to be the light to the world that he has chosen it to be, building up his kingdom on earth according to his most sacred will, to the glory of God forever. Amen. So look guys, I hope this has resonated with you, and I hope to do another video soon. So thanks for listening guys, and I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks very much.